You're just about to watch a live lesson which I give to a senior golfer who is struggling with his driver. You're going to see him gain 20 yards, but more importantly, turn his slice into a draw. What's super, super cool, that senior golfer is my dad. Haven't seen him for 6 months. He just headed off back home, put a great big smile on his face. So I hope this puts a smile on your face too. Look over my shoulder right now and see what it's all about.
That's exactly what I've been doing.
Well,
that's my stock shot there.
That's your stock shot. So
yes, it is.
Now on TrackMan, it never shows it up as much, but if you have a look at this, what the numbers don't lie. So if you look at the club path, you have a minus 11.9,
right,
and a face that's a positive number, an 8. And those numbers basically mean here, can we look at down there for a second? Those numbers basically mean that you're swinging across the line of target to the left. Okay, that's your club path.
That's the 11.9.
That's the 11.9, so you're coming across the ball.
Right,
your positive number 8 means the face is actually aiming to the right, anything to the right. So
that's, the face is okay then?
No, the face is aiming over there. It's actually aiming, basically, they're swinging opposite directions. Your face is aiming over there, and you're cutting across the ball.
Right. Because
the golf ball's round, you're then putting that left to right side spin on it.
I've got you.
Okay, which then gives it that bend. So not only that, because it's a glancing blow, you'll also lose some distance too.
Yeah.
So what we want to do now is you want to be able to, obviously, if we can straighten out that bend, you'll hit it further. And if we can rather than get the energy going this way, if we can get the energy going more this way, you've got more energy going into the back of the ball.
Yes.
So let's look, a lot of people know what they're doing, i.e. they know that they're swinging the club path left, etc.
Yeah.
But they don't know how to fix it.
Yeah. I mean, I did feel as though I was swinging to the right.
Yeah. And this is the thing, a lot of people are trying to, they feel it, they know what they need to do, but they're unable to kind of make that change, right? So let's help you enhance that sensation a bit more, right?
Right.
So imagine a ball is round. So if we take an example like tennis, let's grab a tennis racket here. So we want to change your spin. So I want you to imagine, right now you've got lots of left to right spin on. If we could take you to the extreme and put lots of right to left on, you'll start to neutralize this shot. Right? So we've got to really exaggerate it.
Yeah.
And if you imagine tennis, right now what you're doing is you are cutting across the line of the ball like this. I want you to imagine in tennis, I want to imagine you're going to put almost like some top spin on the shot.
All right, okay.
Yeah? Yep. So if you look at this here, if I take this racket, notice the angle I'm coming in here. I'm going to literally try to aim to put some top spin on this shot, like this.
Yep.
And what do you notice about the angle of the racket?
It's sort of facing towards, it's arch, isn't it?
It's arch. You see how there's an angle here? I've held the angle. What I haven't done is this.
Right, you've kept the arch through.
Exactly.
Right.
So what I'm doing is what I'm doing here is this. In tennis, if you want to put topspin on the ball, the racket faces the ground.
Right.
But how does the ball go up over the net? We hit upwards.
Upwards.
Yeah. Now in golf, what I want you to imagine and how this relates is this. The longest hitters in the world have what you call high launch, low spin. So what they don't do is this, they don't release the club like this in a flicky fashion, that adds too much spin.
Right, I see, yeah.
But they still want to get the ball up in the air.
Up in the air, yeah.
So what they do is they angle the club downwards, the face almost feel like the loft is facing downwards, and what they're doing is they're hitting up on the ball like this.
Right, I've got you.
You follow?
Yes.
So what we're doing is we're now, this is an easier way to get out to that right-hand side versus, watch, when you release it here.
It's far too early.
If you're too early, you end up swinging to the left.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So, literally imagine the loft facing down, and what you're going to do to start, you're going to imagine just putting some top spin on this ball.
Right.
You follow?
I do.
As you're going out to the right. Let's start kind of small with it initially.
So it's this up that way.
That's it, yeah. So you're literally, like I say, you're just getting that sensation. Imagine you get that loft is kind of facing down and you're just simply brushing up the back of that golf ball, okay?
I'll just do a small
swings. All we got to do is see if we can change those numbers.
Right.
Once we can change those numbers, then we'll start to amplify the power and how you generate some speed with it.
Okay. Oh my God.
Look at that.
Wow.
Right? So in a small, it looks hugely exaggerated, right?
Yes.
But look at the path. Your path straight away has gone from a minus number to a positive. And what's the face happened?
That's a minus 8.7.
So now the face is actually closing. So you've now turned, this is now working into what you've just seen. the right to left family.
Right.
Right? Now, you and I know that a slice has plagued you for how many years?
About 25, 30 years.
Right? So, what we've got to do here is
Well, that's too much.
Yeah, definitely. So, but this is amazing. Like in one ball, you have literally changed it around. So what we do is we spend a bit of time here for you feeling this motion for a second. We don't want to amplify it too soon. We don't want to rush into this.
Right.
We just literally get you experiencing anywhere, this vicinity here, so that you can experience what is the draw. Right?
Yeah.
Have a go. Now I would say,
that's a draw.
Yeah, no, that's a fade. That's a fade. That one.
That's a fade.
That's fade. Yeah.
That's
so
terrible.
I would say right now, and this is really, really normal, by the way.
Yeah.
You're jumping too quickly into power.
Right.
So this is a real danger that so many people fall into. Right? They get the tip, they try to work on it for one or two balls.
Yes.
We get a couple of draws.
Yes.
And then immediately we're back into the putting on the full power. And you can know that because look, that's where you started.
Yes.
And we've already gone back to those numbers.
Right.
So what we want to be able to do is and it's normal, we all do it. I've done it all the time. Right? We all want to kind of improve quickly.
Of course, yeah.
But I want you to just stay around that area.
Yeah, it's going to take time, isn't it?
Yeah.
To get the...
You've got to explore where that draw path is.
Yes.
You've got to explore the sensation of impact and where that club face is. You know, how are you going to put that type of spin on?
Yeah.
Otherwise, naturally, what we'll all do is we'll all fall back into the hit mode from here.
That's right.
Learn this.
Yeah.
Feel it, and then bit by bit amplify it.
Yeah, I can increase the speed.
Yeah, because you'll learn it. Yeah, that's how you learn. That's how it sticks. Otherwise, you have a lesson, you go back to the golf course, and we're back to where we were.
Okay.
All right. Slower, even slower. Look at this. Small. We don't remember this. We're just exploring path. This area here. That's what we're doing. There you go. They're only there. Yeah, that's it. That's the area there. Just putting top spin up on that ball like a tennis shot. That's more like it. You follow?
Yes.
Yeah. In order for you to truly get it, we have got to be, that number's got to, we're going to increase that number even more, because then it shows to me, and hopefully to you, I can do it.
I see.
If it's too close to the, to zero would be like...
Well, that's the more or less even, out there, really.
Well, zero's perfect. Zero's like perfect, that would be like, almost like dead straight shot.
Right.
Right, zero is dead straight. Perfectly square face, perfectly square path. We want to get you, again, if you imagine, grab that tennis racket.
Yeah.
Just imagine, from here, you'd put the top spin on that way. Look at the face of the racket's down.
Yeah.
You're brushing up. There you go. And this is like that, the loft almost facing down, brushing up. A lot of people are trying to release like this, but when the loft goes down, we brush up. That's it. Yes, get that sensation. Got it? So start again, just start small. Take your time with it. That's it, beautiful. There you go. Well, that looked nice, actually. That looked nice. There you go, look at that. There. And look at these numbers, look. 5.5 inches behind the ball. That means you're hitting up on it. Wonderful. That's your upward motion.
Right.
Brilliant.
Yep.
Club path, slightly in to out. It's a positive number, 0.6, not quite. Club face is closed. Brilliant. Yeah? So really, really good progress. So what you're doing now is you don't rush anymore.
No.
You just spend some time just learning that sensation.
Yeah.
Yeah. I always like, it's like hammering a nail into a piece of wood. Get a few sighters before you give it a good.
Yeah.
And in golf, it's longer than that. Get a few sighters, develop that feel.
Yeah.
Before you, that's it. Before you can then go, I've got it now. I'll give it a bit more. A lot of people are often trying to stand parallel to the, to the target.
Right. Yeah.
With a driver specifically, you've got to naturally get your body aiming for right-handers anyway, out to the right.
Out to the right, I see.
This is, if you imagine if I'm playing a shot with tennis, I don't stand square like this and do this, right?
No,
and if I'm playing football, I'm standing here, and then I bring it around. Same in golf.
Right.
This motion, the whole body comes around just a fraction to create this motion here. Great Ben Hogan used to had a closed stance with his driver and open with his irons. That's how you start hitting. You create all this space, look, to work up into. Right. Everything, like body, shoulders, everything, just slightly there. All right, so we can create that motion.
Right, so exactly, so and then swing over to the right.
Yeah.
Fine.
That's it. That's it. Just get that, picture that shot, feel that motion again. No big ones initially. There you go. Lovely little draw, look.
Yeah.
Look at that path there.
Yeah.
2.8 path, minus 1.7. Beautiful draw, family.
Right.
Now, before we start ramping up speed and all that kind of stuff,
Yes.
we need to get more of these numbers. And that's what you need to...
Those numbers are good.
Yeah, and when you're on a driving range, you don't have TrackMan, right? No. What you've got to do is you've got to look at the flight of the shot. You pick out a target on a range, okay, out in front of you, like maybe it's a post. Right. And your aim is, can you set the ball off to the right of the post, slightly to the right, and can you get this curve? That's what you do in a range, when you don't have TrackMan. Okay?
Right, okay.
And until you can start to do that,
yes,
don't start rushing and amplifying that power.
No, no, okay.
All right? Might have closed that a little bit too much there.
No, I think I did.
Yeah, I can see that.
I felt that I overdid it there.
Yeah. But the key word is you felt you overdid it.
I felt, yes, that's right.
Right, so now you're playing, this is true practice. You are starting to recognise.
I did recognise that, yeah. I felt as though I really...
Exactly right. So
overdid it.
Overdid it. So you're starting to recognise now the movements that create spin.
Yeah.
So you think about now you recognise those movements. When you start slicing them, can you do? You've now got a tool to get rid of that slice.
That's right. I see, don't it? Yes.
Makes sense?
Yes.
Yeah. So when you leave this lesson and you get on that golf course, you start slicing it, you don't think, how do I stop coming over the top and stuff? You go, let's see if I can put that right to left spin on it.
That's right, yeah.
Spend time feeling how to put that spin on it.
Yes.
All right? Beautiful. Yeah? Lovely. Lovely, lovely, lovely.
Yeah, I'll work on the speed, but that's... yeah.
I like that. You want to get hit a bit further?
I'll try.
Right, so again, what we said, so... Right,
got the feeling of sort of...
Hitting it, yeah, so now you've got a sensation of this motion here. We're putting some top spin on, okay?
Yeah.
What we're going to do is we're going to get a little bit more impulse into this motion. So what you've got right now is this. You've got the motion where you're doing this. You're feeling...
Yes, very much so, yes.
This motion. Now, from here, pop it in for a second.
Yeah.
The driver. So you're feeling how to create spin. You've got the angle here. You're not releasing it here. The loft is facing what you've put is downwards.
Yeah.
You're coming upwards here. Yeah.
Yes.
Now, it's about learning to time that, because there has to be a release naturally, isn't it?
Exactly, that's right.
And you don't hold on to this angle artificially.
No, I think that's what I've been doing. I've been concentrating that much trying to get that. I've probably been hanging on too much with it.
But that's giving you...
But it's giving me
the numbers.
Yes.
So you're feeling what it's like to have an impact position.
Right.
Yeah, which is great, where we roughly need to be. Now it's, how can you arrive at that impact position in a flowing and, well, a faster way?
That's right, exactly.
So like throwing a ball, you were doing this before, now you're doing this, right? So you're doing this. So all we've got to do is get the sensation of, well, how do you do this and this? Yeah?
That's right.
Is it easy? No.
No.
But you've got that sensation of this. Now in your own way, it's about adding some impulse into this motion, okay? Right. Now, impulse, as I say, is basically, imagine if we had a ball in our hands here, and I was going to push it to you, okay? This wouldn't be impulse.
No.
If I had a ball in my chest and I went like this, the ball would travel at what speed?
A lot more speed.
Pretty fast. Where have my hands gone though? They're still here.
Yeah.
They aren't doing this. They're not pushing it along.
No.
So impulse is arriving at this ball here, putting topspin on, and what I'm creating here, impulse for golfers comes from everything. but you can't think of it.
No.
You can't think of the fact that
it has to feel natural.
it has to feel natural.
Yes.
So you've got this sensation, and you'll just play around with just
Oh, shall do, yeah.
bit at a time. Just add that little impulse into this area here where you've been playing around with, not the impulse there.
Okay.
Okay. Feel that draw. Yeah. Now pause there. So that means that you have to keep the picture of the spin in your mind as you're doing this. Okay. Well, great effort. Now look at that yardage.
Yeah.
203 now.
Yeah.
Yeah. You've added a bit of distance to it. Your club path is now 1.2. It's a fraction open. That's all, but nothing like it was before.
No, not at all.
Right. So this is I mean, the fact that this, you've just started to add a bit of impulse.
Yes.
That's a great start.
So that's more. I've obviously done more speed there, and I've had more control.
You've kept the control. And you've added a bit more speed. The fact that your numbers haven't gone haywire is a brilliant start.
Great.
But as I said, if they did and you're out in the driving range and you're starting to see the slice coming back,
right,
go back to the field. Just means you haven't
just
quite
go back to the basics and
build the spin back in. Aim at your post. Right. Start the ball off to the right of that post. Draw it back. Get that sensation.
Yeah.
Then once you've got it, then amplify
I can
it.
just gradually increase the speed gradually.
Brilliant. Well done.
Oh, that's better.
Starting to creep up now. So now look, you're above the distance you had when you started, but now you're creating a playable draw.
Yes.
Yeah?
That's what I'm looking for, Danny.
Yep.
Cool. If I can sort of do that most of the time, I'll be very, very happy.
Yeah. Cool. Okay, that's awesome. So if you have a look at that there, your club path now 3.4, in to out, draw family, face to path starting to close a little bit, but whilst now you're adding distance.
Right,
so you've managed to keep these in the right numbers, right vicinity, whilst increasing your distance.
Yeah.
And what I loved about what you did there, which is really helping to really ramp up this speed, is I could see you were connected to the target. And what I mean by that is when you stood over the golf ball, you were looking out there like this.
Right? Yeah.
So you started there.
Yes, I did.
Then your body kind of shifted round a little bit here. So your feet were then, I've got to get out there. Then you've obviously learned the feels, so you then start to apply the feels to create this motion.
Yeah.
Sometimes in a lesson, what golfers do is they'll take that one tip. Maybe you've kind of felt, I've got this kind of top spin type feel. But that's okay, but unless you link it to the visualization and the shot you're playing, you start to miss out some key ingredients like stance and the subliminal messages that apply to the body to create that shot.
Right.
So you've always got to link the two in. So you start with visualization. What do you want to pray? Get onto the driving range. Get that post. Imagine setting the ball off to the right of that post, bringing it back. Create the spin. Right.
Yeah,
now,
that's a great feeling, that.
Exactly. Then amplify that speed. Right.
Yeah.
And just take your time with it. All right.
That's great.
Awesome.
Oh, thanks, Danny.
Pleasure. Nice to see you. So
Danny.
I hope you really enjoyed this. So just in summary, simple stuff. If you're playing, remember we play a round ball. If you want to change the spin on that ball, what you're going to have to do is literally change the spin. So if you're slicing it, you've got to be heading over this vicinity. Spend some time feeling what that's like. With my dad, you can see I got him kind of keeping the loft down, putting some topspin on there, getting his body then to react to the target, work it back, and then start to amplify it from there. Build it up one little stage at a time. Hope you enjoyed this video. I think this video will complement it really well. It was another live lesson with one of my good friends, Liam from Golf Mates. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Maybe share it with one of your friends. And of course, look, if you're new to the channel, come and join the community by pressing the subscribe button right here. But until next week, have a great golfing week.